Live from tape, pre-recorded at our studios in Austin, Texas and Portland, Oregon. This is Syndicated with Lesley and Ben. Hi everyone, I'm the Ben of that.
I'm the Lesley, and I'm not doing that. This is a twice monthly podcast about television, genre, and storytelling in which we watch an episode of a show and explore the history of television one episode at a time.
Television, genre, and storytelling we are.
Stop that!
Hey folks. If you're just now joining us, we're talking about Peaky Blinders, the BBC Two historical fiction drama. The show dramatizes the actions of the real-life historical youth gang, the Peaky Blinders, as they navigate an increasingly hostile Birmingham, England in the... Birmingham, England. Whatever.
My God. No, Ben. Birmingham is where this show is set. Birmingham is where I used to go when I would skip school in high school. They're two different places.
No, you're right. Okay, so what is the English pronunciation?
Birmingham. Yes.
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is, what was the other show? What was the other show we covered where you would not let me get past a point in the script until I said a word correctly?
That could have been any show, Ben.
I feel like it was a Spanish word I fucked up.
I don't know.
The show dramatizes the actions of the real-life historical youth gang, the Peaky Blinders, as they navigate an increasingly... Fuck me. The show dramatizes the actions of a real historical youth gang, the Peaky Blinders, as they navigate an increasingly hostile Birmingham, England, in the months after the Great War. The show largely focuses on Thomas Shelby and the members of the Shelby crime family as they deal with unions, the IRA, rival gangs, the British police, the communists, and everything else the emerging 20th century is ready to throw at them.
Peaky Blinders was created by Stephen Knight, who is the credited lead writer on every episode of the show. Stephen Knight also co-created Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and wrote the screenplays for Eastern Promises and Allied.
Those are... Okay, first of all, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire was a surprise.
Yeah, that's what I was like, that's a credit. That's definitely a credit.
He is one of three listed co-creators on that show, which kind of actually ignited a thought in my brain, which is that Who Wants to Be a Millionaire has like been on the air as long as I've been watching TV or whatever. And I guess in my brain I had it like, oh, well, sure, but it's like Jeopardy and that it's been on forever. No, it's been on since like 99.
Yeah. I remember when it first became a thing. I was in high school. So.
Oof.
It's fine.
How's 40?
Great so far.
Cool.
Thanks for asking. Looking pretty great. Feeling good. Watching TV. Talking to you about it. You know, not a lot's changed.
I've actually been reading the book Disney War, which is about the rise and fall of Michael Eisner's reign as CEO over at Disney. And there are a lot of decisions that he made, and I think you'll appreciate some of these, regarding how to set up like ABC's lineup. And one of the things was to launch the show Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, which they originally only decided was going to be like occasional programming. They were going to do like limited runs of it so that they didn't like overexpose audiences to it. And then it was the most successful thing they had ever done on TV. And that changed immediately. And they just started mass producing it forever.
Oh God, yeah.
And licensing it to other countries and all that jazz. But it's very funny how initially reserved they were about it, and then they were just like, "Oh, never mind, hit the gas." Oh my God, this makes us money.
Yeah.
Incidentally, the very next show that it described in the book about Michael Eisner being torn on is that somebody pitched him the idea of a modern day Godfather show in which he has to deal with the pressures of working in the mafia and the pressures of his family at home. And Michael Eisner decided that wasn't a good fit for ABC. and directed David Chase toward HBO.
Wow.
So thank you, Michael Eisner, for passing on Sopranos, because otherwise there would be
seriously.
Otherwise there would have been no swearing or violence in
Oh
the
my gosh.
Sopranos.
Did I showed you that PAX TV thing, right?
Yes, yeah, right. It would just be that.
It would just be that.
Can you
he
imagine?
Was a paid man! You rat! Don't even look at me.
Can you imagine ABC Family presents The Sopranos?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have to imagine. Mad TV did it for me.
Yeah. The very next thing he passed on was a show called Survive, which he thought was dumb because he'd have to buy a whole island for it.
Would that be...
Survivor?
Yeah.
I think it's nuts what almost happens here and there.
Yeah,
anyway,
that's crazy.
Anyway, Stephen Knight wrote the screenplay for Eastern Promises, the David Cronenberg movie, and Allied, the Robert Zemeckis movie. He also directed the Matthew McConaughey and Anne Hathaway movie Serenity from 2019, which I heard okay things about.
Wait, which one was this?
It was Anne Hathaway and McConaughey, and also fucking Jeremy Strong, Mr. Succession himself. It was like a weird... I heard it was kind of surrealist, a mystery thriller film from like 2019. And obviously,
and what is it called?
Serenity. And obviously, I heard the title Serenity, and I initially thought the Firefly movie from like 2005.
I've never even heard of this.
Jimon Hansu is in it.
To quickly get off the subject entirely, there was a movie that Anne Hathaway was in that if you haven't seen, you absolutely need to. It was that weird one where she was like a Godzilla type monster.
What?
Yeah. It's called, hold on, I'm looking it up. Sorry. I guess we're just riffing right now. It's fine. It doesn't matter.
No, that's fine. That's our
fine.
job.
That's our job. That's what we do. Let's see. What the fuck was it called? Hold on. I'm sorry. Anne Hathaway,
real quick while you're looking that up.
It's called Colossal.
Colossal?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
It's called Colossal, and I've watched it multiple times.
2016?
Yeah.
Tim Blake Nelson?
Yeah, it's interesting. It's got,
what the fuck?
Jason Sudeikis is in it.
Yeah, I like him sometimes.
It was described as Godzilla meets Lost in Translation.
What the shit?
You gotta watch it.
Gloria's an out-of-work party girl who leaves New York and moves back to her hometown after getting kicked out of her apartment by her boyfriend. When news reports surface that a giant creature is destroying Seoul, South Korea, Gloria gradually comes to the realization that she is somehow connected to this far-off phenomenon.
You need to watch it. Stop reading. The more you read, the more you're going to spoil yourself. Oh, and it was directed by Nacho Vigalondo. Can we talk about Peaky Blinders?
Yeah. Sorry. Anyway, Stephen Knight's also going to be working on Star Wars.
Okay.
That was all.
All right. Okay.
And good for him.
Yeah, good for him.
Nuts!
Yeah.
Cillian Murphy plays Thomas Shelby, the head of the Peaky Blinders. Shelby maintains a cooler head in this chaotic environment and always seems to be a step or two ahead of the people who underestimate him, including his own family. He's thinking in the long term while everyone else is focused in the short term. Murphy is a frequent collaborator of Christopher Nolan and has appeared in a number of his films, including as Scarecrow in Batman Begins, my favorite Batman movie, Robert Fisher in Inception, and very recently, J. Robert Oppenheimer in the movie
Oppenheimer.
Lesley, I saw that last week. It's fucking incredible.
So I want to watch it real bad.
I have never seen a biopic that more thoroughly hates its subject.
Really?
Oh, Oppenheimer does not look remotely good in that movie.
Oh, okay.
It is so. I mean, and nor should he.
I've also heard that you need to watch it in the theater because of the sound.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
I saw it in IMAX. One of the few movies I've ever seen in IMAX. Genuinely, the detonation scene was like an audio-visual, like audio-visually, like, devastating.
I have to say, I think that Hector and I heard it, my fiance and I heard it when we went to go see the Barbie movie. We were there quite early, and we were waiting for, like, everything to start up, and so we were just sitting in the theater, and then we heard just a boom! We were like, oh! Must be Oppenheimer!
Must be Oppenheimer. Seriously. Get it in theaters and see it in IMAX if you can.
Will do. Helen McCrory plays Polly Gray, a member of the Shelby family who acts as the Peaky Blinders treasurer and is an advisor to Thomas. By the time that we meet her in the pilot, you can tell that she's had a hardened life and is very protective of their community. Oh, I didn't know that. Helen McCrory passed away in 2021, and she's absent from the 6th season of the show. She's a talented stage actress and featured in His Dark Materials and Penny Dreadful. She was also Narcissa Malfoy in the later Harry Potter movies, which is where I recognized her from.
Yeah, quite a loss.
Yeah.
Cancer, unfortunately.
Oh, fuck cancer.
Amen. I was going through her filmography. It was really hard to. I picked Penny Dreadful and His Dark Materials because I think they probably had some like name recognition power, but like, boy, she was in a lot.
She was.
And like 5, 6, 10 episode runs of like a bunch of shows, tons of television
52
films.
52 years old, breast cancer.
Yeah, genuinely too soon.
God, that's awful.
And she was obviously in a ton of theater.
Man,
Cancer's
cancer's terrible. Check your boobs and your skin. Your skin is also incredibly important.
Yeah, wear sunscreen.
Yeah.
Sam Neill plays Chief Inspector Chester Campbell, who is tasked by Winston Churchill with locating the stolen firearms that the Peaky Blinders have acquired. Campbell is a no-nonsense taskmaster with an unflinching belief in the police and using violence to restore Birmingham from being a cesspool of crime.
Where?
You, of course...
Where?
Birmingham.
Continue.
Birmingham. You, of course, recognize Sam Neill as Dr. Alan Grant in Jurassic Park. And perhaps the piano in The Hunt for the Red October and In the Mouth of Madness and all those kind of movies. But Sam Neill actually has a layered career in TV as well. He has been in over 10 TV movies, 16 miniseries, and was featured as Cardinal Thomas Wolsey in the 2007 series Tudors.
Oh, that was a really, really good series, by the way.
Yeah.
I enjoyed Tudors immensely.
I remember when it was coming out, and also that it was kind of like... for a lot of people, it was like proto Game of Thrones in terms of its sexuality.
Yeah.
Sexuality and dramatic intrigue. And I think it started a year or two before Game of Thrones did.
I think so, yeah. I don't know if I'm remembering this right, but doesn't Sam Neill have like a goat farm or something?
He does.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Sam Neill's whole thing right now on various social media platforms is posting photos of his pet pigs.
Yeah.
I believe he has a like proper farm in New Zealand. But yes, he mostly posts photos of his pigs.
Yeah.
Much in the same way that Matthew McConaughey has found his one true love. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Kyle MacLachlan. I mentioned McConaughey earlier. I for sure meant Kyle MacLachlan.
Wow.
Has his fucking vineyard.
Yeah. I didn't know he had a vineyard.
Yeah, he does.
Is it a damn fine glass of wine?
I believe so. Fucking McLaughlin and McConaughey are two very different guys.
They're so different. They couldn't be more different.
I believe, I'm just going to double check this real quick. That's right, it's local. It's up in Walla Walla, Washington, which is not terribly far from Portland.
Well, there you go.
The name of his wine label is Pursued by Bear.
Wow.
From that one Shakespeare play.
Yeah. That one.
Yeah, I figured that was nearby. So that's maybe like a 3-hour drive out of town. Anyway, I'm realizing this. Obviously, I'm a huge fan of Sam Neill. Surprise. I'm a horror guy, and he's in he's in Event Horizon. I love that kind of shit.
Yeah.
But I'm realizing as I was writing the little bios for Helen McCrory and Sam Neill here. Boy, the United States doesn't make TV films anymore.
No, they do not.
I guess they kind of do, but they're called Netflix original movies.
Right. For me, before we get off the subject of Sam Neill, I just want to say, Like I've seen, films that he's been in. Of course, he's prolific. Everybody has. But mostly I just enjoy his vibe.
Oh, he's got a good vibe.
I enjoy the fact that he has a goat farm. I just enjoy his vibe. He's, like on social media, like you said, all he does is post pictures of his pigs and stuff. Like,
he seems like a chill dude.
It's a vibe. Sam Neill, let's be friends.
Please. Apparently, I read that he recruited a number of his Irish actor friends to help him develop that accent. And then he was eventually told to tone it down because this was for American audiences.
Wow. Okay.
So he tried to get more Irish with it. I believe, when I say his Irish actor friends, I believe it's Liam Neeson.
Ah. That would so that would explain why he said, "I will find you and I will kill you," because it didn't make any sense in that scene at all.
We'll get to it.
I got jokes. Peaky Blinders relies on its ensemble cast, including Ido Goldberg as communist Freddie Thorne, Annabelle Wells as Grace Burgess, who is working as a spy for Chester Campbell and has infiltrated the Blinders community, and Sophie Rundle as Ada Shelby, Tommy's sister. Andy Nyman is the first of 3 actors to play Winston Churchill in this series, each character representing a different pressure point for the Peaky Blinder boys. Okay, we didn't see Winston Churchill in this episode.
Yeah, we did.
We did?
Yeah. He's young as shit though.
Because it's like 20 years before World War II. Oh, that's right. See, I didn't even realize that was Andy Nyman.
Yeah, he looks kind of like young Orson Welles-y.
I love Andy Nyman, FYI.
Oh, really? What's he from?
Well, he does a lot of production work and stuff with Darren Brown. That's what I know him from. He's like his right hand confidant, not like in production, and he produces a lot of his Darren Brown stage shows. He produces he produces a lot of his television specials, that kind of thing. They're very close, and that's how I first learned about him. And then, of course, he did ghost stories and BBC. Anyway, I see that. If you're in the magician's circles, you know who Andy Nyman is. So,
see, that's the unique expertise that you bring to the show.
That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here.
He was in Jungle Cruise from 2 years ago.
How could I have forgotten that pivotal role?
All right, well, he was in Despicable Me, a movie that people actually liked.
Did they?
Sorry, Despicable Me 3.
There's a third one?
Oh my God, are you kidding me? There's like 6.
Oh, Christ.
There's like 3 Despicable Me movies, and then there's like 4 Minions movies.
Oh, Jesus.
Which, spin-off.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, no, he's, it's in the scene with the train, and he's like a bit of a whistle-stop tour. But I need you to crack down on these, yada, yada, yada.
Okay.
It's when he compliments, by the way, I like your hat, and then Sam Neill's like, Thank you, it's Beaver.
Yep. I remember now. It just took me a moment.
Yeah, he does not look like the conventional depiction of Winston Churchill, but again, that's because it's 20 years before World War II.
Right.
And he is not Prime Minister Winston Churchill. He's like Home Secretary Winston Churchill.
Right.
In the same way we would not recognize like Theodore Roosevelt without the round glasses.
Yes, exactly. So, yeah, but I also didn't. I'm really bummed that I didn't clock that was Andy Nyman, man. Well, Andy Nyman has these like really distinctive glasses that he wears. They're very thick black frames and they're square.
Oh, sure.
And so I think that like without that like signature piece on his face, it was harder for me to recognize.
Like seeing those photos of Abraham Lincoln without his beard and hat.
Yeah, exactly like that.
Who's that weird guy? It's like, okay, give him like 15 years. He's about to become the most visually famous president of all time.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, last but not least, we were watching Season 1, Episode 1, which is just called Episode 1. This is a British program. While attempting to rob a local shipping yard, the Peaky Blinders accidentally stumble upon crates of ammunition and firearms intended for an overseas British conflict in Africa. This puts them in the sights of Chief Inspector Chester Campbell, who is on a mission to rescue Birmingham from its perceived degeneracy and reacquire the missing guns. As Campbell's newly deputized cops start breaking down doors and interrogating members of the Peaky Blinders family, it's up to Thomas to start thinking several steps ahead to save his community. Leslie, this is neither of our staff picks.
Yeah, is it neither both at the same time?
This is an experimental kind of thing.
That's topical?
Because I don't know if folks could tell by the way that we did this introduction. Neither Lesley nor I have seen more than one episode of Peaky Blinders, and we don't have a guest.
Yeah, so this is a new one for us.
Not for a lack of planning, but the Oppenheimer movie just came out. Cillian Murphy's in the fucking news right now, and we thought, why not? We should probably touch Peaky Blinders, huh?
Yeah, why not? Sounds like now's the time.
Sounds like now's the time. So neither of us have, I guess, really any background with this show. I will say that literally the only thing I thought I knew about this show was I thought it was set in Ireland proper.
So you knew nothing.
It's just a bunch of Irish characters.
So you knew nothing.
Yeah, I knew nothing. I said I thought I knew.
Well,
I thought Justified took place in the fucking 1800s.
That's right.
I thought this one took place in Ireland.
Well, the things you learn.
The things you learn when you actually sit down and watch the television shows you think you know about.
Yeah.
Lesley, what did you think of Peaky Blinders?
You know, Peaky Blinders, I tried to watch it when it first came out years and years ago.
Okay.
Because my friend Molly really, really liked it. And she and I tend to have the same taste in shows. And I could not get into it because it just was very slow to start. And it wasn't the vibe at the time. And then I never picked it back up. And then we decided to do it, and I watched it, and it was very compelling. I think that this one is definitely, it is one of those very, very detailed, deep shows that you really have to pay close attention to. And I think that it's very, for it being so gritty and monochromatic, it's very visually rich, which I really like.
Very much so.
I really enjoyed the juxtaposition of the modern rock music in the period program, which of course has been done before, but they do it really well in this show.
I lost my mind
Nick Cave?
when I realized that Red Right Hand,
yes,
the song from the Scream franchise,
yes,
was the fucking. I wish I could tell you how much I literally I was sitting down on my couch and somehow flinched backwards when the opening notes of Red Right Hand started playing in the opening 3 minutes of the show.
Yeah, it's compelling. I really liked that. I have to say, I have been to Birmingham before, the one in England. I've been to both of them, the one in Alabama and the one in England. And my first thought when at the beginning when he's riding in on the horse, there's fires and dumpsters everywhere and that kind of thing, and it flashes up and it's Birmingham 1919. So I was like, wow, Birmingham hasn't really changed a whole lot.
Oh.
It's no, Birmingham's fine. It's just boring, but it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of figured it would be.
Yeah, it's boring but fine.
What is it, the fourth most populous city in England or something?
Yeah, but it's boring. It's not a lot to do there. No, you know what the problem is with Birmingham is that there's not a lot of public transit. The public transit options are very limited, and when you are in that situation, that is bad. You really need to have public transit options. Anyway, enough of
sure, when you're a tourist.
Yeah, enough of my ranting about that.
I'm always fascinated by shows that are period pieces that have to take place in. Okay, all right. Downton Abbey's like a layup, right? Because all they do is stay in that house.
Right.
This takes place in a city.
Yes,
though.
it does. Yes, it does.
And I'm always fascinated by, look, this counts. Obviously, you're an enormous fan of the Jeremy Brett era of Sherlock. Which is
huge fan. That's the biggest tattoo I have.
I know. But, similarly, those came out in the 80s, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Similarly, that's representing, 1880, 100 years earlier. Right. This is, 2015, masquerading as 1919. I am always fascinated when there's a period piece that has to stay period for a long time. It's not just a single flashback episode or whatever.
Sure.
And the sheer amount of work that goes into finding and preserving those locations as set pieces, but then every detail of like their clothing and their cars and all that jazz.
It's so awesome to see. Like it's
so cool.
when you do it right, and when you put that level of detail in, and when you put that much care. Like there was one part in particular. So I guess I should explain for the listeners. Both of them. I'm kidding. I should explain for the listeners. I'm kidding. I should explain for the listeners that the name Peaky Blinders comes from the fact that those little newsboy caps that they wear were called peakies back then, and they would put razor blades in the fold of the cap so that when they headbutted you, it would injure your face.
Oh,
presumably
sure.
the eyes. Presumably blinding you, hence Peaky Blinders. And at one point...
Right. I believe they show the razor blade.
They do.
At one point.
That's what I was about to say, is that at one point... Well, at one point I see it, you could just see it in his hat. In like close-up shots and stuff. Like it's there all the time.
Yeah. It's the scene where they've arrested and have detained Arthur Shelby.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, he's got a knife in his sock, and then they like fold back his cap, and you can see the razor blade.
Yeah, but also you could, like I said, you could just see it, like it's on Cillian Murphy's, hat. It's everywhere.
I think that's so cool.
Yeah, I do too.
Not to like glorify, fucking violence or whatever, but I think that's neat.
I actually, yeah, I mean, we can glorify a little bit on television as a treat,
but it's cool. It's bad, but it's cool. It's bad, but it's cool. Anyway, yeah, I just think like Soprano season 1 has like that flashback episode where they're at the amusement park or whatever.
Oh yeah.
With the trunk, and like it's absolutely.
Oh my god!
I think it's cool when they like scrounge up like some like vintage Cadillacs and some vintage cut T-shirts and whatnot, and do like a one-off.
I do love a period
thing.
Piece. No matter what the period.
I've been catching up on Righteous Gemstones season 3.
I am not caught up, so please don't spoil it for me.
Well, I mean, this is something I'm sure you know about the show. Their period piece flashbacks are like the 90s.
Yes.
Or whatever. So, an intense dedication to like 1990s fashion and all that kind of jazz.
Yeah, I've really got to get caught up on that. I need to watch it.
Season 3 is nuts.
Is it really? See, my issue
so
is that I'm scared that I don't remember enough from the previous seasons because it's been so long. For example, my fiance and I recently went to watch season 2 of Good Omens, as one does, because it just came out.
Oh, I know, but it's been like 4 years.
We watched the first episode, and after that I was like, we have to go back and watch season 1. I don't remember anything. But apparently, like, he's watched it like 9 times, so he was good. I was the one who was oh my god, I need to watch. So we had to go back and rewatch. So I'm scared that I might have to do that with Gemstones. I don't know.
No, I completely get it, because there were like 4 years between those Good Omen seasons.
Yes.
But 2, no worries. Nothing from season 2 comes up.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll just get on it then, because that's the only reason that's the only reason I've been balking on watching season 3 is because I'm like, but I don't remember what happened.
No, sure. If it were Succession or whatever, I'd be like, no, you got to remember exactly the position of every person as they're fighting against Logan.
Right. If you don't remember,
here it's just like,
if you don't remember the blocking of the final scene in season 1, then you're not going to get season 3 at all.
If you do not know Kendall's exact share percentage of Waystar Royco at the time of the second acquisition, you might as well not even bother. I say this as an enormous fan of the television show Succession, but that is how we all talk about it.
Yeah.
No, all you need to know from season 1 and 2 is that the family are still shitheads.
Okay, that's it. I do definitely remember that. So
that's it.
Okay, well I will.
Yeah,
I will get on it.
Just real pieces of shit. Walton Goggins is on top of his game this season.
Lovely. Well, when isn't he?
When isn't he? That being said, I find it fascinating when they have to exist in the past in a very long-term sense.
Yes.
And I think it's very cool of England, and that's the only time you will ever hear me say that. I think it's very cool that England has preserved so much old town.
Yeah.
That there are so many parts of the country that just still look like that.
Yeah. What did I say?
Yeah. that are authentic. I'm sure plenty of those interiors were built as sets. But I'm sure plenty of those buildings are still like historic standing buildings that are just untouched from the last 70, 80, 100 years or so. And I think that's really cool. One place I used to work in Portland, very briefly, because we moved offices like right after I started working, was a building that I believe had been built in like 1920 or something like that. So lots of like those huge like marbled staircases and like wooden banisters and everything. And it was genuinely kind of surreal to do like normal laptop level business in a in a building that like for sure predated World War II.
Right. Yeah.
Like where the elevators had clearly been replaced and all that jazz. Anyway, I love that historicness. Anyway, I think they do a great job. I think
like I said, it's you know, if you're it's definitely a thinker. Mm-hmm. It's definitely one of those that you need to pay attention to, but it rewards you so much for paying attention to it.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. And then I looked and I saw that there are 6 seasons of 6 episodes each, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll just watch the show.
Okay, here's the thing. Netflix recently has decided that it doesn't want people sharing their passwords.
Correct.
Which is weirdly, kind of weird considering, one, that's how they made their entire business model, was people sharing their passwords.
Yep.
Two, they're largely losing the cultural conversation as like HBO shows have taken the limelight in the last like 2 years or so. So it's weird that they want to restrict the number of people watching Netflix.
Right.
Whatever. Three, it's just whatever. No, actually, I'm sorry. I lost my third point.
Well.
But anyway, so the point is, I don't actually have Netflix in this house anymore.
Yeah, I remember when you got rid of it.
Oh, yeah. Well, we got rid of it because of the Chappelle thing.
Yeah.
But then we had like a friend's account. And we figured like, oh, whatever, it's diluted money.
Sure.
You know?
Sure.
But we don't have Netflix in the house right now because it's got the fucking location lock thing on it.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is I bought season 1 on Apple.
Wow. Okay.
It was literally like, I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'll just rent.
Wait, is it on Apple? Is it on Apple TV?
Rent and purchasable.
So I could rent
Not
it.
Not streamable.
But I could rent it.
Yeah, I mean, I bought the whole first season for like $10.
Oh. So that'd be $60 for 36 hours of television.
I don't know. The math checked out to me.
It's about $2 an hour. It's all right. That's a good alternative. It's a good alternative as any.
And honestly, if you buy it a season at a time, like, you know.
Yeah, how long? Yeah, it's doing the season at a time. That's what, you know what? That's what I had to do. Well, so I'll tell you. Actually, I think we already discussed this in our leverage episode.
It's a television podcast.
We already discussed this in our leverage episode because it's about leverage and about how it was like released on Freevee or whatever, and how mad I was that I did not have the option of purchasing subsequent. You could purchase the first season to get rid of ads, but you had like no option. It's free and you're watching ads and you'll like it. And fuck you, shut up. So you know, like I'm obviously down for purchasing things if it makes life easier. That's easy beats free. I think a lot of the time. And,
oh, for sure.
You know, and also like if I can avoid giving Netflix money, then that's cool.
Yeah, it would look, I don't want to sign up for a second account.
Sure.
I didn't want to go through the whole, reassign my location. Actually, I'm temporarily traveling.
Right.
And it was just like, it's $10 for the first season. I'll probably watch the first season anyway. Fuck it. Just give me the.
I mean, it's 6 episodes. That's, 6 hours of your life. Whatever.
Yeah, that's the thing. This is a British show made in Britain. Netflix acquired the I guess worldwide distribution rights.
They love doing that, and then putting their logo on it.
I know, it's so weird. When I found out, this was even before Netflix really, but when I found out that something original series or original TV show or original movie doesn't actually mean shit. That was like a godsend revelation.
Oh yeah.
It's like,
Netflix original? I don't think so.
Yeah, so many things that are labeled that way are definitely not that case.
Yes.
Hell, I think fucking Hulu labels things like Hulu originals.
They do.
Like, all right, but it was on FX like last week.
They do. Well, they do that with What We Do in the Shadows.
Mm-hmm.
For example, which, by the way,
yeah,
this season really slaps.
I bet. I think they do that with a lot of their FX shows, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, they have like a thing with FX, I think.
Oh, yeah, they do. Because What We Do in the Shadows, Always Sunny, Fargo, etc.
Oh, yeah. True.
And those are all FX shows.
Yeah.
Reservation Dogs, too. What were we talking about? Yeah, I figured I'd just watch the first season anyway. Okay, let's talk about the episode itself, shall we?
Let's do it.
Sam Neill is incredible in this.
He's my little goat farm guy. I love my pig farm buddy. He's really good,
Right,
though. Like, he can also act very well. He's also incredibly talented.
Yeah, knowing, again, he is a quintessential, like, 90s star for me.
Yeah.
Obviously, I remember him from family movie Jurassic Park,
Park,
in which he plays,
man.
Grumpy Dad. Very, very goofy face, which he uses to his talents in movies I love, like In the Mouth of Madness and whatnot. It is so cool seeing him do, like, a fully, like, no campiness to it, like his John Carpenter work, dramatic role in which he plays an insane militant fascist.
Yeah.
He is his first, first of all, I love how much they lead up to him. That, like, there's, like, a couple insert shots of him on the train, fiddling through various, dossiers.
Yeah.
Heyo.
Hey!
Fiddling through various dossiers with, like, the various members of the Shelby crime family, like, written on it, and he's doing all these kind of pensive staring and fiddling with paperwork or whatever.
Yeah.
There's, like, a long lead up before he actually talks. And when he actually talks, when he gives that speech at what I assumed was the precinct?
Yeah.
Or constabulary? I don't know.
Whatever they call it.
Whatever they call it in England. With all the pool tables and whatnot. Where he starts at, like, the fireplace and makes his way to the podium or whatever. And starts ranting about, like, you're lower than them because the people of this town were expecting better from you, and you took the Peaky Blinders money.
Yeah.
And then, like, marches in all his, like, pseudo cops, and then just does that "God help anyone who stands in our way" as he marches out of the room. That whole sequence, whatever 3 minutes that was, scared the shit out of me. That was so fucking effective, and he is so intense in that scene.
Yes, he is.
Big fan of Sam Neill. This is a pro Sam Neill podcast, which is unfortunate because it'll probably never come up again.
You don't know that.
All right, maybe we'll cover the Tudors.
You never know. Okay, we could. Oh my God, Ben! What if we did a season on period pieces?
Oh yeah, sure. Fuck it.
I mean,
all right, Sam Neill will come back on this podcast.
Yeah,
Sam Neill, come on the show.
Yeah, Sam Neill, be my friend. Give me some of that 2 Paddocks wine.
Sir, we will record at 2 a.m. if it'll be.
We will do it.
It'll be noon your time. Leslie and I will stay up. It'll be super cool.
It'll be great. We stay up that late anyway. It's fine.
Yeah, we sure do. You are reliably one of 3 people I know I can text after midnight.
Yep. Same. Night owls.
Night owls. No, I think he's so intense in this, and I'm so excited to see his character arc in motion because I have decided I am going to watch the rest of this show.
Yeah, I'm going to watch it too. I'm definitely going to watch it as well.
I like how much, I put this in my notes, I like how inevitable many of the plot threads feel.
Yeah.
It sets things up, and I know the pace. I mean, well, it's only 6 episodes a season, so maybe these things will happen a little faster than I am anticipating them.
Or maybe like, the central action is just like the focus.
Yeah.
And they just stay that myopic on it, which I think is great.
Ears open. But I love how many conflicts it's clearly setting in motion right off the bat.
Yeah.
At whatever speed they move, there's Thomas Shelby and his conflicts with the community, i.e. the racehorse thing the racehorse scam that he's about to play on everyone.
Yeah. As
he works on that. There's the maybe you'll have to put a bullet in my head too, sets up that clash between him and Freddie Thorne.
Yeah.
The stuff where his own brother doesn't trust him and they're like, I told you not to do that, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
In the office or whatever, there's like clearly some headbutting there.
Yeah.
Obviously there's a spy within the Peaky Blinders midst. And Chester Campbell himself is full force directly coming for him. And it was just so cool to be like, oh shit, this dude's gonna be in trouble. I think it's very I mean, I like a show that like meanders, but it is really it's a testament to a strong pilot when like the dominoes are very clearly being set up against each other.
Definitely. I also have to say,
Sure.
One of my favorite things about the way that this episode and this show handles suspense is, like it understands and realizes that there are definitely, tropes that happen, and being able to subvert those successfully was really great. The example I'm thinking of is at the very end, of course, when Danny is dispatched, because there was so much discussion and so much heartfelt, and tell Rosie, bear me on a hill and tell Rosie where it is and all this stuff.
God, what a scene, huh?
I know. I was sitting there thinking, like, first of all, I was like, this actor is too good. There's no way they're gonna kill him. He's too good. This is too emotional. And then I was like, he's gonna chicken out or something. He's gonna turn around and shoot the two Italian guys, and something terrible is gonna happen, etc.
I for sure,
yeah.
I for sure thought he was gonna refuse to shoot him
because of the hesitation.
Yeah.
Even though, like, which was such a great thing as to show the viewers for suspense, because, like, he knew it was fake. But he hesitated anyway, so that we would be like, what's going to happen? And then you're sitting there thinking, oh my God, he really did kill that guy. And he doesn't even seem that fazed about it. Like, I got that he was like a bookie and like he rougher-upper, but like he kills people? And then, of course, it's revealed that it was all fake.
Yeah, I guess this show doesn't show him dealing out violence
at
all until the end.
It doesn't. He does all of he does the admin work.
Yeah. I guess there's a little stereotyping there that comes with the territory of knowing this is a capital C crime show.
Yeah.
Where I just kind of assumed he killed people. Oh, also he was in World War I.
Well, there's that.
So I just kind of assumed he was a killer. In the same way I just assumed Tony Soprano's a killer.
Sure.
Well,
but we see Tony Soprano kill people. Although, we've only seen one episode. We didn't see Tony kill anybody in the first episode. We only saw him rough that guy up in the car.
Sure.
But yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe there's a chance that we'll see Cillian Murphy kill somebody. I don't know. We'll see. But as of right now, I was given the impression that he was not the type to get his hands dirty.
Yeah. Well, I guess I had just assumed he would anyway. But yeah, now that I'm realizing it, that is kind of a narrative surprise.
Yeah.
As it were.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I thought he was gonna rebel. I thought he was gonna
shoot the two Italian guys.
Yeah.
That's what I thought
he started an open gang war with the Italians. Okay, so I guess we've never said this about the show, but I guess we do kind of encourage you to like watch the episode.
I feel like it's implied. I think.
It's implied? That maybe you're already familiar with the show?
Maybe. Or maybe you don't care about spoilers. I don't know.
Maybe you don't care.
Maybe you don't care.
Oh, I mean, there are plenty of movie podcasts I listen to where I'm like, oh, I'm never going to watch this.
Right.
But I'll listen to a 2-hour discussion on it, but I'm never going to watch the movie itself.
Sure. Which would also take 2 hours. I'd rather hear other people talk about it. Maybe you're like that. I don't know.
So for the listener, there is the show deals with the immediate fallout of World War I. World War I ended a mere couple months ago, it sounds like. I mean, if it's 1919, I believe World War I was 1914 through 1919.
That sounds...
And then the Americans got involved in 1917.
That sounds like it could be right. I don't know. I'm bad at history.
I'm remembering some worksheets from high school.
Yeah. So ended in 1918. 1914
okay,
to 1918. You were very close.
Ah, damn.
And it was November of 1918, so you were very close.
Oh, yeah, of course. Armistice Day.
Oh, yeah.
Of course. Of course. I remember everything I was taught in high school.
Obviously. High school, which for me was over 20 years ago.
I mean, it's like 12 for me, so...
22 for me, yeah.
But anyway, so they're like the second or third proper generation to be living in the Industrial Revolution.
Yeah.
It's a lot of like factory work and mud and factory fires and PTSD and whatnot. So, real hostile environment.
Yeah.
As it were. Has it gotten better? Who knows?
Burring hasn't gotten any better. I'm kidding. I'm gonna get canceled. I'm never gonna be allowed.
There's this character named Danny Whizbang.
Yes.
There's this character named Danny Wisbing who clearly fought in the conflict in France against Imperial Germany, Kaiser Germany, I should say, in which while everyone obviously seems to have come out of that conflict a changed man to one degree or another, Danny Wisbing is like thoroughly broken by PTSD.
Yeah.
Of which obviously it is 1919, there are no resources to deal with that, nor do you even acknowledge that maybe war changes you. Feel like that doesn't happen until like Vietnam, that people actually start taking that seriously.
Yeah.
And we just keep starting wars. Weird. Anyway, so Danny Wisbing has two very public freakouts in which he believes that he is still in a combat zone. At one point, Thomas Shelby and I believe Freddy, the communist, have to pin down Wisbang and tell him like,
talk him down.
I really actually did like the line, "You're not an artillery shell, you're just a man."
Yeah.
I thought that was actually a really good line.
Yeah.
And try to kind of snap him back to reality. That's what happens. He's then very ashamed and offers his apologies and all that jazz. The second time it happens, an Italian store owner brandishes a knife at him to try to get him to go away. And Danny Wisbang freaks out and uses that knife to stab the Italian store owner. Thus, and it's like 1919, so everything's divided by racial and ethnicity lines and everything, which means the local Italian crime lords want kind of a blood for blood thing where like, hey, you can't let that lunatic go around town assaulting our members of our community. So Thomas Shelby has to execute him.
Yeah.
We find out in the episode that the execution is, which seems very cut and dry. It's literally a gun to the back of the head.
With blood splattering, and he falls into the boat, and it seems
very legit.
Seems legit.
They describe it as a shell casing full of sheep brain at one point. So he still got hit in the back of the head pretty hard.
He did.
And I certainly that made him unconscious enough to survive the canal boat ride. But we find out that the execution is staged, and that Danny Wisbang has a secret mission that he is being asked to perform on behalf of the Peaky Blinders in London. And that is where the episode ends, and we don't know what that is yet. But I think that's an incredible fake out, and the dramatic scene that precludes the shooting is so good as Danny Wisbang realizes that his life is over, and that he kind of, after all the conflict and war and all that jazz, that he kind of lost his chance.
Yeah.
Which is a deeply sad scene, and I think kind of plays into the larger themes of the show, which is, I think, echoed by Freddy at the very beginning of the episode, where he's like, let's hear it for those of you who fought in Flanders and saw people die. Who reaps the rewards of that? Kind of bit.
Yeah.
And I think that's maybe kind of like painting a broader picture of like what's all that violence for?
Yeah.
If not to keep living and whatnot. And then, obviously they're dealing with a class conflict. The workers are dealing with a class conflict in which they're all still living in poverty and can't afford shoes and whatnot. And then Danny's like, had to commit all this violence on behalf of the home country, and then just loses, again, thinks he's about to die. So just like, well, he lost his chance like mere months after the war ended. So what was all that for?
Yeah. And
I think that's a really interesting, I think obviously I'm not going to go through this, go through our season so far and like check off a box whether or not I think the violence is like glorified or justified in each given show.
Uh-huh.
But I do think in a show that kind of glamorizes sometimes the violence of like crime, mafia violence or whatever, I think this show has kind of a more even take on it, on brutality. Does that make sense?
Yes, I do. I agree with you completely. I think that there is very little, comparatively speaking, actual bloodshed, because if you think about it, it's a gangster show. It's about a gang. And if you compare it to, something like The Sopranos, the violence is actually quite sparse and not gratuitous at all. I can think of 3 overtly violent scenes in an hour of television about a gang. So I think...
Oh, sorry, in this one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Arthur Shelby's beating.
Yes. Are
the Danny Whiz-Bang and then what? The Italian man getting stabbed?
Yes, I would say so.
Yeah, pretty much.
And that's about it, I would say.
Yeah, I think there's a more... I think that in comparison to maybe some of the other shows we've covered, there's maybe a more philosophical approach to the use of brutality and when it's deployed.
Yeah.
I think there's something there that I'm sure will be echoed throughout the rest of the series. As again, this is maybe one of the most tumultuous periods for like Europe.
Yeah.
In the 20th century, as they figure their shit out post World War I, and the entire world economy is about to crash into a depression.
Yeah.
In 10 years, but those 10 years happened fast.
That they did.
And then fascism and World War II and
everything. It's no longer the Great War because now there's a new one.
Yeah. It was a bad 40 years for Europe. 1900 through 1945 were just a real crapshoot.
They were kind of a wash, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Not great.
Which, it makes me think about it makes me kind of think about like the role of crime in a lot of these shows, which I guess is ultimately the genre we're covering, which is that the Peaky Blinders are like fulfilling a societal need for this community.
Yeah.
Like they literally say to Thomas Shelby, like, you're the law around here at this point, because Birmingham, much like where was Justified Sent? Eastern Kentucky?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, much like Eastern Kentucky, the law does not have a ton of grip here. All the cops are corrupt, as they discuss. Literally in the opening scene, we see those bobbies, like, tipping their caps to Thomas Shelby as he strides. By the way, I think that's such a cool opening that he, like, strides in on that horse. He's literally, like, above everyone else.
Yeah. Yeah.
His feet don't touch the mud.
Yeah.
He's dressed significantly fancier than everyone else. I think that's such a cool, like, visual, like, here's your protagonist.
Yeah, it was so mysterious and like, is this a good guy or is this a bad guy? We don't know. It was a really great setup. It was a great setup.
I don't think he says anything for a while either.
He doesn't. They're just like people reacting to him at the beginning, which really sets the tone for how large this man is. Yeah.
Again, if feet don't touch the ground, he's up on a horse. Everyone, the kids, like, all run away.
Yeah,
The
and then it's only after he speaks to, like, he knows they're hiding. He knows that they're hiding from him. And he speaks to him, and he tells them which horse to bet on, and then they finally come out as he's leaving. Like, woo! Great opening.
Yeah, this guy's got some impact.
Yeah.
Have yourself a bet, but don't let the word get around. But anyway, I think it's as opposed to maybe some other of these shows, I think the Peaky Blinders are really doing like they fit the societal need, whether that's, the protection racket or representation politically, they're financing weapons. Crime isn't always about like just, twirling your mustache and doing evil.
It isn't all fun and games. Sometimes it's grunt work.
I think, like, as opposed to, like, Lorne Malvo from Fargo, who's just, like, the killing machine.
Well, he's the devil, so there's that.
Yeah, he's the devil. He's just,
so
it's nihilistic, everyone dies in the end violence
right.
for Billy Bob Thornton's character, whereas, like, the Sopranos characters and Saul Goodman and Peaky Blinders, it's not just crime for crime's sake. They are fulfilling a role in society that I think is really interesting, whether that's as financiers or like Saul Goodman's thing of like, well, somebody has to represent these people, so it might as well be me.
Yeah.
And I might as well make a boatload of money off of it. I'm not saying they're all of their morals are great or all their reasonings are great, but it's kind of impossible for, I guess, capitalist society to exist without these guys.
Yeah.
And I like the way this show seems to be tackling like crime as a sociological force.
Yeah, that was really cool too. I mean, it definitely gives the vibe of we're all out here just doing our best to survive after the Great War in our own ways. Mm-hmm. It isn't the life of crime is not a glamorous one. It's
no,
it's a necessity for these people. So,
I mean, certainly the it kind of shows the life of the police as more glamorous.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chester Campbell gets to stride along in an art museum while he's talking with the spy.
Yeah.
The inside of that police precinct seems really like nice and clean and sunny. And then everywhere the Peaky Blinders meet, it's just muddy and cramped. And I think there's a good contrast there.
Yeah.
That it's about survival.
Yeah, I agree.
You got a favorite performance?
I mean,
I know we've talked about Murphy and
Sam Neill.
and Neil, but other than that,
I really, really, really liked what is her name? See, I don't know her name. Let's see, the spy.
The spy, Grace.
Grace, yeah. I'm looking for the actor's name though. Ah, yes, Annabelle Wells.
Annabelle Wales.
I really liked her performance. I thought it was great. Also, I really enjoyed that in her introduction, the way that she was told that she couldn't have the job because you're too pretty. It wasn't like a lecherous thing or, like a double entendre thing. Like he was serious. He was dead serious. He was like, no, I'm sorry. Like, this is not the job for you. You're too pretty. I thought that was a great moment too. Not related, but semi-related. But yeah, I really liked her performance. I thought it was really, really good. Obviously Helen McCrory did a fantastic job as Aunt Paul.
Phenomenal.
Yeah. So, I mean, the cast is really solid.
I did really like that, I guess maybe her primary scene in this episode, in which she chews out that younger member of the Peaky Blinders for leaving a loaded pistol around.
Yeah.
And has that whole exchange, like found it on the sideboard of the betting shop or whatever, which are two phrases we don't use anymore.
Yeah.
But like a very much, you can tell her concerns are past just the Peaky Blinders. And there's like, a little bit of the don't get the kids involved kind of thing. Don't expose too much of the community to your violence.
Yeah.
I'm really interested to see where that character goes. I also really liked Grace Burgess, I want to say was the last name.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, Burgess.
Yeah.
I think that's a really interesting dynamic. I love, I like crime that doesn't have computers.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I also like crime that does have computers.
Sure. But like so much like spy media and crime media obviously has like,
yeah, I was actually
everyone's got like earpieces, or like the Mission Impossible or the Ocean's 11 gang has like, EMPs or special drills or whatever.
Yeah.
But I like it when it's literally just some guy.
It's funny that you mentioned that because I was actually thinking that while I was watching this episode. And it was the scene where Cillian Murphy wakes up from his war flashback and he looks out the window and there are the bobbies outside walking around. And I realized like they had no idea he looked at them because it's 1919 and they didn't look up and they just didn't like, there's so much stuff that could just happen that you don't know about because we don't have technology yet. So yeah.
The part that got me, and this feels so silly to say, but the part that got me was toward the beginning when Arthur Shelby is mad at Thomas Shelby for for publicly running the horse thing. And he says like, I want a family meeting tonight at 8. Everyone has to be there.
Yeah.
And I just thought like, okay, let me go find everyone individually and tell them to be back here at 8.
Yeah.
There's no phone tree. There's no...
Right.
I can't just mass text everyone, come to our secret crime meeting. Right. I'll just go take a walk, shall I? Find each single member of the family and let them know what's up.
Yeah.
Hope they're home.
Because if they're not, who knows where they could be? Oh man, it feels like half of crime back then must have been just rounding everybody up to tell them what the plan was.
I mean, really, it is. It's a logistics game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like so much of like that kind of organized crime is just the organization and logistics of it. Because like otherwise it's just like 3 guys with guns shooting up a bank or whatever. That's not organized crime.
Yeah.
But to have all these structures in place is what kind of differentiates the men from the boys, as it were.
Sure.
But anyway, I like that, the guns that they acquire don't have like, there's if this were modern, security camera footage would have caught them, or there would have been some sort of like tracking dot inside the crate or whatever.
Something. But because there's not,
Yeah, I like the idea that like that Sam Neill's character has to dismantle the city.
Yeah.
To find one box that is the most dangerous box to exist.
Yeah, yeah.
And I like, we talked about like the transition of technology in like Sopranos or whatever, where they're all starting to carry mobile phones by the end of it.
Yeah.
I long for stories kind of set in this more complicated era where the kind of convenience of like facial recognition technology and security cameras and cell phones and whatnot is tossed out a little bit. There is no big database of criminals. There's just like a couple pieces of paper.
Yeah.
Name, date of birth,
the dossiers.
Occupation. The dossiers are so cool. I love that fucking typewriter bullshit.
That was so cool. Yeah.
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 Aesthetic.
Yeah, aesthetic.
This show is gorgeous.
It's a gorgeous show. Gorgeous show.
We don't talk about cinematography all that much.
Really?
I think maybe it came up in Fargo a little bit.
Sure it did. Because come on.
Yeah, the snow. The great use of like blank white space.
Yeah.
Especially in the movie Fargo, obviously. But we don't get a chance to talk about cinematography too much because I don't think that's really either of our specialties.
Right.
We're more narrative focused people.
Yeah, we are. And when it comes to cinematography, like how many times do you want to listen to me say it's pretty? But it's really pretty. Peaky Blinders.
But it's really pretty.
It's really pretty.
I think there's a great sense of depth in these shots.
Yeah.
It's monochrome, quote unquote.
Like I said,
being, like blurry.
Yeah.
Or muddy.
Or desaturated. That's another thing. Like it's it's gritty and it's monochromatic, but it's also accessible. It doesn't feel like a cinematic kind of thing because they didn't do like a sepia tone or whatever.
Yeah, for sure. And great use of natural lighting.
Yes. Okay, I am a slut for natural lighting though, I have to say. There is a movie called Bright Star that was directed by Jane Campion. And she insisted on using nothing but natural lighting. It is a biographical retelling of the poet John Keats and his romance with Fannie Mae Braun. And it stars Ben Whishaw and Abby Cornish. It's oh my god, it is.
I like Ben Whishaw.
It's gorgeous, Ben.
What's the movie again?
It's called Bright Star.
Bright Star.
And famously, it was most known for how beautifully it was shot, despite the fact that there's no artificial lighting at any point in the movie at all. None. It's all completely natural lighting. Also, the costumes are incredible because Fannie Mae Braun in real life was she was a seamstress. She made clothes. And so all of her outfits, she made them herself. And the detail is so cool because like you could see threads like poking out of these gorgeous dresses and things like that because she made them.
Yeah, and natural wear and tear over time.
Right. So I just watch it, definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
Also,
set in 1818.
Yeah, it's so gorgeous. God, it's so beautiful. I got to rewatch it. It's been a while. I've seen it like 4 times.
Not to play the game in which the entire Internet Movie Database is lodged in my head for some reason. But Jane Campion obviously worked with Sam Neill.
Yep.
For the piano.
Piano. Yeah.
Because obviously they're both prominent Australia, New Zealand creatives.
True. And back on the subject of like, I don't really know a lot about cinematography. That's kind of why when I first watched Barry Lyndon, it was hyped up to me as like, oh, Stanley Kubrick got this, he got this like satellite camera from NASA to be able to shoot these scenes with this candlelight and all this stuff. And I was like, I don't give a shit. I don't know this shit. I don't know about any of this stuff. But
those candlelit scenes.
Then I watched it though.
I did sorry, this is a bit of an aside, folks, but watch Barry Lyndon.
Barry Lyndon. I was on Ben's ass to watch it for like a month. And then he finally did. And what did I say, Ben?
Oh my God. Yeah, no, you were right. Wait, what did you say?
I said, watch it. It is going to be amazing. It's my, I'm obsessed with this movie. I'm going to get a tattoo now. But yeah, watch Barry Lyndon. Sorry for the aside.
Oh no, what's the tattoo?
It's going to be, the box with the rose and the boot. Like from the, the logo, and it's just going to be on on my thigh.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is I had a moment while I was watching that movie where I was like, I forgive me, but I was kind of like, what's the point of this movie? Because the plot is very slow.
Yes. Like I said,
the plot is very slow and meandering.
For the first 20 minutes, I was like, I don't think this is for me.
Yeah, exactly. And then it kind of hit me, I don't know, maybe around the hour mark. Oh, the point of this movie is that it's gorgeous.
Yeah, the point is that it's pretty it's funny, and this guy's an idiot, and...
I turned off my brain that's like more focused with plot and performance.
Sometimes things can just be pretty.
I just kind of took a step back and I'm like, oh, the point of this movie is that it's stunning.
Just get real stoned.
It doesn't need to be anything more than it's
look at
stunning.
the pretty for a while. That's the thing. That's the trick.
Anyway, I think Peaky Blinders is no Barry Lyndon, but it's fucking pretty.
It is very pretty.
Yeah, I think that's about all I have to say. I think my favorite performance, I mean, I really like Grace Burgess, the spy turned barmaid.
Yeah.
Especially when Thomas Shelby first shows up and there's the, hey, don't ask questions kind of moment.
Yeah. Like, don't talk to them at all. Like, if they ask for something, it's on, like, if I tell you something on the house, just do not speak to them. Just...
Yeah, then it's on the house. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that,
on the house means don't fuck with these guys.
I think that was a good shot of like the community's reaction to these guys, because it's so in their space the entire time. It's interesting to see what happens just outside the edges of it. I think favorite performance goes to Danny Wisbanks though.
Yeah. Oh, like I said, I was like, this actor's too good. There's too much here. There's no way they're gonna kill this guy.
Samuel Edward Cook is the name of the actor.
Yeah. That was a really standout role for me too. For such a minor character, he really ate that.
Shocking to report, no film roles.
Really?
At Hollywood, please consider changing that.
Let's get this guy some movies, because that was incredible.
Oh, nice. Did a thing of King Lear and Titus Andronicus.
That doesn't surprise me.
A couple of years.
Acting.
He was Edmund in King Lear. That's a meaty role. So actually, hey, you know what? Let's tackle favorite moments. I honestly, the line that devastated me the most was his, when he said, I think that bullet shot God out of my head.
Yeah.
Or something to that effect. Those fucking guns blew God right out of my head.
Yeah, those guns blew God right out of my head. That's what he said, yeah.
And the preceding line, I suppose I'd better pray. Yeah.
I mean, that entire scene, really, you know, all of it was so good. You know, when he says, don't bury me anywhere where there's mud. You know, bury me on a hill and tell Rosie where it is. He just did such a fantastic job with that. That was a standout moment for me. Also, when Grace is singing, and then the entire bar starts singing along, and then the Peaky Blinders come in and they stop, but she keeps going.
Yeah.
That was great.
She doesn't get it
yet. So yeah, that was pretty great.
All right, folks, this has been Syndicated with Lesley and Ben. This is our episode on Peaky Blinders. You know the deal already. Please do tell your friends about the show. We'd greatly appreciate that. You can also find us on patreon.com/InfinityBreak if you want to support the show directly. Folks, you can find me online at allmylinks.com/Ben C. Hamlin. I no longer trust fucking Twitter to be up with by the time the episode comes up.
Yeah, I actually...
Largely because it's not called Twitter anymore.
Yeah. So that was actually the nail in the coffin for me. I saw that goofy shit and I tried it for like a few days and then I was like, I can't look at this, and I just deleted it off my phone and I can't with Twitter anymore.
I'm on there 15 minutes a day at most.
I don't even go on there anymore. I just don't. So if you don't hear from me, that's why.
I use it to check my DMs in case people sent me something. But I'm trying to like slowly wean my friends off of it and be like, just find me on Discord.
Right. Yeah.
just text me using my phone number.
Right. It'll be fine.
Anyway, you can find me at allmylinks.com/Ben C. Hamlin. I stream on Twitch and I have another podcast and you can find it all there.
You can
Lesley, I guess.
Blue Sky. You can find me on Blue Sky now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm at Vanetti. Whatever the rest of it is. The normal plebe one for people who aren't important enough to have real websites. But just Vanetti, Blue Sky Social. That's where you can find me. I've been having a lot of fun with it lately, actually.
Yeah, me too.
So yeah, that's where you can find me right now. I mean, you can still find me on the twits, but I'm not there.
Anyway, yeah, that's the show, folks. We'll be back in 2 weeks' time. Thanks for listening.
Thanks a lot, y'all.